Hello and welcome to another edition of the Church Mystery Tour. We're glad to have you with us again for another installment, and maybe you can guess where we are. You know I'm outside, but can you guess where I am? I'll give you another hint. How about this view here as we come around this nice scene of a horse pasture? Where could that be? Well, actually, we are right behind the church. We're in the back corner of the church where we have our leaf and brush pile. And this is an area that most people never see, because this is where we bring all the leaves that fall on the church properties, both the parsonage and the church, and all the many limbs that come down. They come here. Recently, a lot of it was chipped up and made into chips that we can spread around the property, but also gives us a really nice view of the back 40, if you will. Sandra Cointreau's horse paddock is back there, and if you keep going back this way, you'll head up toward Randy Hill Road. But if you come this way, you're around the back of the shed, the barn, if you will, and you get a nice view of the back of the church here with all the, I'm not sure if we're going to have a great autumn leaf spectacular this year, but we're starting to get some colors. And the view of the back of the church, basically we're looking south here at this point with the large ramp in the back. I want to talk to you today about the leaf pile and about the sticks and the brush that's brought back here. It's brought back into this area, and every year, especially around workday, when we have our semi-annual time of coming together and cleaning up the properties, our Boy Scouts are most helpful with that. And this whole area here becomes a large pile, a pile of debris that's much higher than it is right now. It'd be up above. We'd be pushing a tarp full of leaves out and to dump it out on the pile there, and maybe a truck would back up and we would dump stuff off, and it would get higher and higher and higher, and it'd be this huge pile, and we'd say, wow, we're running out of room back here. And then we wait, and before you know it, it's like this. It disappears. Now, I'm pretty sure we don't have a leaf pile and brush pile angel who comes around and takes it all away. What happens is over time, it being together, it goes through its natural process and breaks down and becomes more and more back into the earth. And obviously, we all know that just below the surface here is some great, very organic material that can be used in gardens as a natural part of the world breaks down and goes back into the earth. It's a great metaphor for what it's like to come together, and as we bring the leaf pile of our lives together, we come together and we support one another, and we just dwell together. And after a while, what seems so large in our isolation comes down and becomes less and less and less as the natural processes come into play. God's community coming together to support one another, and for us just to be still and to wait. And then the weight of all that is around us, if you will, pardon the pun, dissipates. How many times has that happened to you, where you get all worked up and you're so worried and concerned, and you go and you have to share it with somebody, so you find a trusted friend, a pastor, or some poor person at the end of a bar stool, and you pour out your heart. And maybe even then, it doesn't seem as big. Now, I'm not advocating going to a bar to work out your problems, but you get my point. Being together with others, sharing together, helps as we deal with the everyday messiness of life. As the leaves are brought away and put on the pile, the stillness of this area brings it down. And that is the way it is for us when we come together as community, as church. We come together and share one another's issues and problems. We come together to share in the faith that we have together. And from that, we come to realize that we are all a part of that community, that wonderful community that gets to be that great earthy leaven, that fertilizer for the world. That together we, in the midst of all our heaviness, comes together. And as we are together, we become changed. We become different. And we get to impact the world that's around us, making it even more beautiful. Have a great week, everyone. Blessings on you. And get out there and enjoy the weather as you can, and particularly the New England autumn. Blessings.